Welcome, welcome, deeply curious listener. Today we're embarking on a deep dive into, well, something absolutely fundamental in business: communication,
hmm
specifically for business development.
Yeah, it's huge.
Think about it, every single interaction, right, from that very first handshake, maybe even a Zoom call now, to a major pitch, it all shapes relationships, opens doors, or closes
The
them.
close of them, exactly.
Ever felt that awkward pause when you introduce yourself or, struggle to get across what makes you or your company special? We've all been there.
Oh, absolutely.
So today, our mission is basically to build your ultimate communication toolkit, bit by bit. We want you walking away feeling, prepared, confident, ready to connect. For
hmm
this deep dive, we've dug into a really, really insightful guide. Business development, 5 skills and tasks, our goal. Extract the practical stuff, the actionable strategies, help you really master these elements.
And the fascinating thing is, it's not just about what you're saying. I mean, that matters, of course.
Yeah.
But it's so much about how you say it. And honestly, maybe even more critical, how you make the other person feel.
The feeling part.
Yeah, effective communication.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, it's a blend. Strategy, sure, but also real empathy, clarity. It's all geared towards building trust, sparking genuine interest, right from the get-go.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting right at the foundation, maybe the trickiest bit sometimes. Personal introductions. We all do it, but why is it so critical? And what are the common ways we mess it up, according to the source?
Well, the guide highlights some really common pitfalls, like
Hmm.
speaking too fast.
Yeah.
Huge one.
Guilty.
Yeah, me too sometimes.
Yeah.
We just rush, and we don't stop to think, is this person actually following me?
Hmm.
Or we do the opposite, just dump information. A total
Not
monologue.
that, just talking at them.
Exactly. The source really stresses the goal is dialogue. It's a conversation starter, not a lecture. And that silence after you speak, it's not awkward. It's needed.
Hmm. Needed for what?
For them to process, to think, connect the dots, maybe even figure out what they want to ask you. These first moments, they're just crucial for trust. They really set the tone for the whole relationship.
That makes so much sense. I definitely find myself either rambling or saying way too little. So the good news here, the source says this isn't some magic power, right? You can actually learn this.
Totally. It's a skill.
You can prepare your intro, tweak it for who you're meeting, practice it, get better. And I loved this point from the guide. Your words might not be perfect, maybe your grammar slips a bit,
Happens to everyone.
but your mindset, your attitude, that comes across loud and clear, and it's super influential. A great intro might not seal the deal, but a bad one, oof, it can definitely shut that door early.
Slam it shut, yeah.
So how do we actually do it? Craft a good self-introduction. The guide gives a pretty clear template.
It does. It's helpful.
Start with the right greeting. Good morning, hello, or just hi, depending on how formal things are.
Right. Read the room.
Then, straightforward. Your name, job title, team or department, company name, where you're based, and maybe how long you've been there if it adds something, like showing experience.
Okay. The core facts.
But here's the really key part, I think. After that quick snapshot, you immediately turn it over to them. Invite them to speak. Just a simple, please tell me about yourself.
That transforms it, doesn't it? From talking at them to talking with them.
Exactly. It's an invitation.
And that brings up, the nonverbal side. Handshakes, for instance. Generally standard in many places.
Yeah.
But you absolutely have to be aware of the culture. Different countries, different norms, especially around gender
Good point. Need that awareness.
and names. The source has a great tip here. Try to clarify pronunciation right away, early on.
Why early?
Because asking later, it can feel a bit, well, dishonest. Like you weren't really listening the first time.
Okay. Makes sense.
So just say something like, I want to make sure I'm saying your name correctly. Can you say it for me again? Simple.
Mm.
And then a little trick from the guide. Try saying their name back to yourself, maybe silently, 3 times. Helps it stick.
I like that. Practical. Now, here's something from the source that really made me pause. It gets really interesting here.
Oh, yeah.
Avoid using titles like CEO, professor, or doctor when you introduce yourself.
Really? Why is that?
The thinking is it can subtly signal superiority, creates a barrier right away. The guide even says individuals who are truly senior do not use titles.
Huh.
Think about Richard Branson. He apparently just says, hi, I am Richard, or hi, I am Richard Branson. No founder or anything.
Right.
It's about connecting as people first, not ranks. Approachable, confident.
That's actually quite powerful. Cuts through the formality.
Right. So, okay, you've nailed the personal intro. What about introducing your whole team? Or even the company? Let's start with the team. Often starts with just explaining what your team does, right? And where you fit in. Like, I'm part of the marketing and advertising team at Acme Corp. We're mostly based in Glasgow, some in the office, some remote. Something like that.
Yeah, sets the scene. Then you zoom in a bit on your own role.
How so?
Like, I joined about 3 years back, and I handle our B2B marketing. Business to business. Covers everything from, like, traditional ads to our newer digital stuff. Mentioning colleagues briefly can help, too. Shows the team depth.
It's a fuller picture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And definitely mention any cool projects you're working on. Builds interest. Like, right now, we're deep into the marketing for this amazing new product range launching next month. Higher quality, easier to use.
Nice.
Honestly, I'm pretty excited about it.
Creates a hook for later conversation. Nice.
Shows momentum.
Okay, so scaling up again. Introducing the whole company. Where do we start there? The guide says, first, just verify the basics. What kind of business are you?
Yeah, get specific if it's not obvious. Like, we're a distributor of electric batteries. We serve customers all across Europe. Or maybe we've been in European logistics for about 15 years now.
Yeah.
Clear and concise.
Got it. The what and where.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you layer on the why and how. What makes your company stand out? What reflects well on you? Maybe we're a boutique consultancy, and we work really closely with our clients, like long-term partners, developing market-leading products.
Highlighting the relationship aspect.
Right. Or if you have a core message, like a startup's mission or a unique purpose, lead with that. The guide gives this great example. Our company started with this goal: developing equipment to help purify water in developing nations.
Wow.
The main aim was a cost-effective solution that could genuinely help millions. And that still drives us every day.
That connects, right? It's that Simon Sinek thing. People buy the why, not just the what.
The purpose behind it all, that
Yeah.
really resonates. So the source gives us some key questions to ask ourselves when prepping this company intro. Yeah, they're really useful prompts. Like, what's
Yeah.
the main thing you want them to take away and why? What do they probably already know or think they know? Is it accurate?
Good check.
What's genuinely interesting or unique about you? Why should they care? What 3 things do you absolutely want them to remember? How can you spot potential synergies between your companies? And the big one, why should they invest their precious time getting to know you better?
Forces you to think from their perspective. All about value. Okay, so let's tie this all together into the pitch, starting with the classic elevator pitch. First step seems simple. Know who or what you're pitching yourself, the team, or the company.
Spot on. And the source breaks the elevator pitch down into like 3 core parts, almost like building blocks.
Okay, what are they?
First, the fundamentals. That's your basic who, what, when, where,
Yeah.
quick and clear.
Got it.
Second, the substance. This is your secret sauce. Your unique value prop. Why should they pick you? Your CVP, customer value proposition.
The why.
Exactly. And third, the future. What challenges are you tackling? What exciting things are coming up? Projects, trials, launches. Looking ahead maybe 18 months or so. Stuff that adds value down the line.
Fundamentals, substance, future.
I like that. But the absolute key, and the source hammers this home.
Yeah.
You have to adapt it, tailor it, especially the substance and future bits. What does this specific person care about? What are their needs?
Okay, no generic pitches allowed. Okay, so that's the short version. What about the company update? Sounds a bit more detailed.
It is. Still concise, but deeper. Think of it as your company's story in 3 acts. Past, present, future. What have you been up to the last 2-3 years? What's happening right now? And what's the plan for the next 2-3 years?
Okay, a broader view.
And when you build this update, you want to weave in things that matter to the customer. Your purpose, vision, mission, but only if it connects to them. Maybe a relevant anecdote, a key milestone, recent wins that resonate with their industry.
Make it relevant.
Absolutely. And again, pick maybe 3 key takeaways you want them to remember. Use strong words: innovation, best value, award-winning service, whatever truly represents you and sticks. Be memorable, be impactful, not just a data dump.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, talking about the actual products or services. The source says it's not just about features, is it?
No, not at all. It's about the value, the problems you solve for the customer. That's the shift in focus.
How do we frame that?
Storytelling. The source gives a great structure, almost a mini narrative.
Lay it on me.
1, start with the problem or the value they want. Make it specific, relatable to them.
Okay.
2, explain how they interact with and benefit from your stuff. Paint a picture of the experience.
Got it.
3, describe the result. What's the tangible difference they'll see? What's the transformation?
The payoff.
Exactly. 4, a clear call to action. What's next? A
Trial.
trial, a demo. References.
Make it easy for them.
And 5, a memorable conclusion, something that really motivates them to take that next step. It's a story, not a spec sheet.
That framework is really helpful. Now, woven through all of this is asking questions, right? Clarifying, summarizing.
Critical skills, absolutely. And the source talks about open versus closed questions. Open ones get them talking, closed ones confirm things.
Any examples of good open questions?
Instead of just why,
Right.
maybe try, help me understand the key factors here, or could you walk me through the timeline and the main milestones? Gets more detail. Closed questions are good follow-ups, like, so the deadline is next Friday. Just for confirmation. Simple yes, no.
Got it. Okay, let's bring it all home with the sales process itself. Starts before the pitch, right? Pre-pitching.
Definitely. Preparation is everything. Know your unique selling points inside out. Understand your competition's strengths, weaknesses. Figure out how you offer value beyond just being the cheapest.
And research the customer.
Crucial. Know their business, their challenges, their goals, so you can tailor everything.
Then the pitch itself.
Have clear goals. What's the one big idea you want them to grasp? Structure it logically. Think about your tone: energetic, calm, passionate. Know your top 3 points cold. And show, don't just tell the benefits. Stories, examples,
Makes sense. But what about objections? They always come up.
always. Be ready. If it's budget or cost, focus on the long-term value, maybe the risk of not buying.
Okay.
If they don't know you or trust you yet, share success stories, offer references, use data. If they don't see the benefit clearly, maybe you need to step back, make sure you understand their problem, then reframe.
And the no immediate need objection.
Try to understand what is their priority right now. Maybe budget is tied up elsewhere. Maybe the urgency isn't clear yet. It's about digging deeper with empathy.
Okay, finally closing the sale. How do we navigate that?
Gently guide them. Ask clarifying questions like, based on our chat, does this solution feel like a good fit for your needs right now? Or what's your timeline for making a decision on this?
Checking alignment.
Yeah. Offer smart incentives, if appropriate. Set clear next steps, like scheduling the next meeting, and give them clear choices. Okay, considering everything, plan X or plan Y seems best. Which way are you leaning? Make it easy to say yes. Always focused on their needs, guiding them forward.
Wow. Okay, that really covers the full journey, doesn't it? From that first hello and getting the name right all the way to closing. It's a lot, but it connects.
It really does.
These aren't just separate tactics. It feels like a whole framework for building real connections, which, drives business success. Being prepared, strategic, but also just human and engaged.
And that's the perfect lead-in to the final thought, really. It all comes back to the human element, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The source quotes Maya Angelou, and it sums it all up perfectly.
What's the quote?
I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
That hits deep. People will never forget how you made them feel. So as you, our listener, think about your next business chat, maybe focus less on getting every single word perfect.
Yeah, less pressure there.
And more on the feeling you want to leave behind, that conscious choice. That's the lasting impression.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Lots to think about, lots to practice. We'll be back soon to unpack our next set of sources with you.